Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kissy. So I got up early this morning and something came to me that I wanted to share that inspired me to talk to you today. So there's a couple of things. I made some notes. This message has a lot to do with Uranus going retrograde in Gemini. So there's going to be a lot of information that's flowing through to talk about. And I'm not going to spend too much time explaining myself. I'm just going to say what I got to say. The limiting thought of being robbed or stolen from, that's what restricts ideas from flowing free. So let me elaborate a little bit. There's a mindset or a group think in the spiritual community that loves to tell us how we're being robbed, how somebody's stealing from us. And I can precisely remember the first time that thought started to take root in my consciousness, a thought that I never lived by, a thought that I never considered. And it wasn't until I had shared a dream that I had with someone. And the dream was seeing a big old vault land from the sky onto the street in the corner where I was standing inside a store. I was there with my kids. And this big old vault just lands right in front of me. And it was like a sign from the universe that, a big amount of treasure or valuables was making its way to me. Now, at the time, I shared it with someone that I shouldn't have trusted, someone that was very conniving in their ways and sought an opportunity to use that. And the way that they used it was sharing it with other like-minded individuals that find humor and pleasure in pranking energies. I, for one, I don't really care for pranks. I'm not a prude in any way. I love a good joke. I can't stand a joke at the expense of another person. I don't care if it's throwing some freaking liquid in their face. I don't care if it's some shock effect of, a scare. What is it that they call them? Scare jumps. I don't know what the hell they call them. But I hate them. I think they're so useless. They're so unnecessarily useless to create that energy in a person. At least to me, right? To me, it feels that way. Maybe in alchemy, there's such a thing as using that energy to your benefit. I don't see it. I could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. And because perhaps the benefit isn't to the person feeling that. The benefit is to the person making that feeling happen for their benefit. And I guess that's where, that's how I see it. But anyway, so the program of fear, the fear that, the thought of, I'm getting robbed or stolen from, restricts your ideas from flowing free, because now you don't share your ideas so openly. Now you have a pre-thought that says, if I share this, then that. If this, then that. If I share this, then it'll be robbed. That's the frame that program is rooted out of fear. And since we don't operate out of fear, and when we recognize these, we transform it into its opposite. So we take the theme story and we change it to a story that feels good to us. In other words, you could tell somebody, this is how you change your life. This is how you change your patterns. This is how you change your ways. This is how you let the flow affect positive changes in your life. The thing is, if you're too lazy to notice what you think, if you're too lazy to notice what messages are coming to mind, if you're too lazy to pinpoint, oh, when I think this, I feel like this, and then I do that. This stream right here doesn't work for me. Reset that program into something more positive, something more beneficial, something that's going to make me feel in a way that's going to make me do something that comes out better simply by virtue of the flow of energy that it's coming from. It's not fear. So don't allow people to limit your thoughts, to limit your expression of ideas. The internet will make you believe that you're wasting your time, because this is the thing too. The more in sync you are, or more aligned you are, the more validation from the universe you receive, like on spot. So you put out, you receive, and you see it. Wow, this is what the alchemy is. Okay. When you do that, and it's working out, is great. When you receive something that you don't like, you have to pause it and check it, right? And be like, no, this isn't what I'm trying, this isn't what I'm wanting here. So you have to, the thing is, a lot of people will not even notice the themes that show up, or notice the feelings that arise, or notice the ways that their projected idea was going suddenly gets diverted because of something someone else said, or how someone else reacted, or how someone else reacted or responded to it. So you take whatever theme pops up related to the fear. So in this case, we're talking about, they can instill fear that somebody's going to take your money, or that somebody's going to take your person, or that somebody's going to take your position, or that somebody's going to take the great benefic that is, headed your way. And when you know that's coming from fear, that's just there to test your faith. That's just there to make you question, am I worthy of this? And if they can keep you from not receiving that, they can sit back and laugh and be like, ha ha, we did it, ha ha, we played the mind game, to lower their standard, to lower their faith, to lower their belief, to make them a little more like us, meaning small-minded, limited, fearful, or just childish. Because instead of taking the time to help themselves, they're spending most of their time trying to get you unstable. Because somehow you being unstable balances things out better for them. It makes them feel like they're not as bad. But the more stable and the more elevated you become, or the more sustained in your sense of self you are, the more they feel like they're crumbling. And when they feel that way, it's like if they're grasping for air, or they're trying to get out of a quicksand. What do you call that? Yeah, it's a quicksand. They're just grasping, and you have to empathize. It's like, hey, you don't have to drown over this. You don't have to, the earth doesn't have to swallow you whole over this situation. You can do this too. But stop hating, stop being bitter, stop being jealous, stop being childish, stop being an idiot, stop playing stupid games, stop commingling with retards. Pardon my language. You know I am completely inappropriate in almost every way. But stop hanging out with the fools that find pleasure in stupidity. It's embarrassing for them, and it's embarrassing that to ever have been associated with somebody of such a mindset that thinks that, like, you think I'm kidding when I say that I'm talking about grown adult men prank calling. Like, you have to be some kind of slow. You have to have some kind of disorder to presume in any way that those things, those are things that, I get it, middle school and high school boys and girls do. They do that because it's fun to play around with your friends and then, oh, let's see if he likes me. Oh, let's see if she likes me. Oh, let's see if, whatever. People play those games in freaking middle school and high school. Grown-ass adult people with children already, careers already. I mean, shit, I forget all that. Just an adult in the sense of if I'm having a relationship with you and you alone, why are you taking our privacy and making it something else with others? In other words, conversating I'm not saying that we don't need to talk to people, share our, with our friends, but you should be selective who you speak to. You should be selective about what you speak about. You should be selective because of the fact that if you want a strong relationship or you want a strong dynamic or you want whatever it is, it shouldn't be squandered to be treated in a way that's like it's not valuable. So I think I lost a little track there because I had several little storylines playing out at once, but I don't want to get caught up in any of them because it's nothing to do with those things. It's the types of energy, the type of people that would do that for entertainment, for a lack of compassion. Like, I always wonder, the first thing you would ask is, would you do this? Like, would this be fun for somebody to do this to your mother? Would this be fun for somebody to do it to your child? Would this be fun for somebody to do it to you? If you don't think it would be fun for it to be done on you, then you shouldn't do it. And if you say, oh, I don't mind, I think that's funny. Well, do you think if somebody did it to your mom and laughed at her expense, do you think you could stand there and just allow it? Of course, it's just funny. It's just fun and games. Oh, her pain is fun. Okay. All right, then you're just a different kind of human. Oh, it's just a little, humiliation. It's no big deal. Also, your daughter, how your daughter feels humiliated by a group of people, no matter what it is about, laughing, it doesn't bring any form of wanting to protect or shield her from that feeling at all. None of that comes to mind to you? Not even a little bit? Oh, it's just fun and games. It's just a joke. Okay, then you're a special kind of person. Okay? And that's it. Because I cannot. For example, people go into banter, and that's a different thing. We're equally doing this banter. But the moment you see that somebody's actually hurt by it, or that you kind of like hit below the belt, or that you did something that made them feel kind of like embarrassed amongst others, you could stop it right then and there. You could even apologize right then and there. You could say, you know what? I went too far. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. And you fix it, and you show others that that's how, that's going too far, that's not funny. There are things that just are not funny. To make another person feel bad on purpose is not funny. To tell somebody the truth and that truth hurts them, that's not funny. Them being hurt isn't done on purpose. It's just a fact of the truth. How it's said, how it's addressed, where it's addressed, and why it's addressed, all those things can be factored in. But what we're talking about is the intention to not the intention of making light of something that isn't light at all. Practical, I don't even know, why do they call them practical? Why are they practical jokes? There's nothing practical about it. Now I don't know why I'm hung up on practical jokes, because nobody's practical joked me at all in a long time. Because people around me know, don't do that. Don't try to elicit a fear out of me. Don't try to get me to react all shocked. Don't do stupid shit like that. And yet dumb bitches still do that. Stupid ass guys still do that. So therefore, I know that them doing it is not about fun and games. It's a very intentful thing to get a reaction. For what then? For their own personal gain. And that's why those people are not in my space. That's why those people don't play in my life. That's why those people have absolutely no access to me. That's why none of them could face me the moment they realize I know what you're doing. Because when you know that somebody's purposely trying to limit your free flow, or they're limiting your expression, because it somehow, some way, them lowering you, instilling fear in you, shocking you, somehow to them that levels out the playing field. Well, then you shouldn't play in my arena if you got to go through all that. So anyway, trust and accept it with the ease and flow. Okay, so take the theme of the story, the negative one, and change it to a story that feels good to you, that feels that you can live with. In other words, whenever the thought of, something is, somebody's taking from, it's not a grounded, idea. It's not like, I left all my money out in front of my door and I forgot about it. Yeah, that's obvious fear. Excuse me, you need to do something about that. But when it's somebody's just putting an idea and you weren't even thinking about it and you're like, la, 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 everything's good. You better be careful. Somebody's trying to steal from you. You better be careful. Somebody wants to steal your inheritance, rob your this and rob your... Get the fuck out of my face with that stupid fear-mongering shit. You're so slow. And I'm not saying that there aren't, warnings that could happen. But when that shit becomes a fucking theme of your life story, and when it's something that you're constant, like it's just a belief. You're in a constant belief of distrust, of dis-ease, motherfuckers. Dis-ease because you can't fucking live worry-free, you motherfuckers. You think that's normal? You think that's funny? Watch it. Just watch how fun it is when you experience it in real time, because everything comes back. Everything comes back. Everything comes back for you to, like what you try to make people feel on purpose, with intention, that shit comes back. Don't think it doesn't. Don't be shocked when you feel it. Don't have a jump scare when it happens. See how practical that joke is when the universe plays it on you. That's real. That is real. But I'm talking about people that are constantly trying to project that idea onto you. No, you got to be very guarded about who tries to change the things that benefit you. If you think this way and this way works for you, and somebody tried to take that from you inadvertently by making you limit yourself, and then they inject themselves at that time that you're supposed to receive that benefit. You think I don't know, you stupid assholes? At the time you're supposed to receive that benefit, they want to inject themselves. Hey, here, let me share this picture. Here, let me start up this conversation. Here, let me engage with you in some type of contractual way. You know what I mean? Or, hey, I got this package that's arriving. Can you get it for me? Switcheroo. Those little tactics, all those little fucking dumbass secret ways that they come around you to attach themselves to you, so that in that moment you get that shock effect that you're supposed to get, that is created elsewhere, the bait and switch, the team effort that it takes to get you out of your free flow, out of your receiving your abundance. They come around, they come a few days early too, usually around a moon cycle, full or new, or an eclipse especially. That's when they want to exchange energies with you. That's when they want to attach their energetic signature to yours, so that privately they could do their intentions and hope that you're unaware and staying on point with your intentions and protections in place. Because if you slip up, they believe they're going to get that flow directed in their way. And it's not completely false, but it only works when you're not aware. It only works when you're doubting what you know is true. When you feel a motherfucker's playing in your space, in your energy, and you know it and you feel it, stop dealing with that person. Stop dealing with them. I don't give a shit who it is. Especially when you have grounded, foundational, tangible evidence of this person or these people, their ill intentions. It's not just an idea in your head. It's tangible evidence, provable evidence of how they were seeking to harm you. So trust and accept your new theme story. Okay, after when you realize, oh, this is the seed of thought that's limiting my abundance. It was here, it was that, it was this way, it's this theme that pops up, is this, and where did that come? I didn't create that one. That wasn't me. I know I didn't have that. I could count back a couple of, months, years, whatever it is, and be like, when I was not thinking that way, when I was not feeling that way. So who did that? Oh, you projected that? Get the fuck out of here. Send that shit right back. Trust and accept with the ease and flow of a truth that you've always known. Your new story, your new theme, the new way of believing. It could be an old way of believing that you stop believing. and some dumbass projected and implanted a different filter. And now what flows through that filter is limited, or it's not quite what you're used to. So when you take your power back like that, all those resources that were, it's almost like, when they say, oh, we're retroactively pay you back from the time that you initiated that. So from the time that that negative seed was planted, everything that was lost in that time frame, based on that one seed, that motherfucker thought it was funny to play with and put into your consciousness for the benefit of a bunch of misfits, guess what? All of it, retroactively now, the returns come back to you. The returns come back tenfold, with interest, all of it. I cease to be a victim of chaos and become a master of alchemy. That wasn't my statement, by the way. That's from, I think it's called Esoteric Guru or something like that, a page that I follow on Instagram. I'm sorry, on YouTube. I cease to be a victim of chaos and become a master of alchemy. I should make the proper credit. Hold on, because just in case I said it wrong, I don't want for her to come back and be like, hey, why did you say that, and not give me credit for it. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, Cosmic Awakening on YouTube. Cosmic Awakening. It was a video. It was really nice that they did. But anywho, that came, I was listening, as I was kind of making my notes, I heard that. Yep, but anywho. All right, so, that wasn't all. Prior to the notes I was taking, there was a few other things that I was going to bring up. And honestly, I didn't think that I was going to be speaking to a group of buffoons. Not you that's listening. In other words, like this, that message wasn't directed to my beautiful listener. It was directed to the ones that sit way, way, way in the back because they can't be in the space of real conversation. So they sit way back there and they find a way to listen in hopes that you don't know or remember who they are or what they've done. I think I'll leave it at that, folks. I'll come back with another message. Take care.